I'm going to do a first use vehicle check, but what I'm also going to do is not show you how you start the bus, because you will learn this. However, the first thing I generally do when I get in the cab is check the demisters actually blow some sort of air out. I also check that the bus will kneel and we'll go back up again. Obviously the fog lights are not compulsory, you check them anyway. Horn, that works. Wash wipes, you check them. As you can see, there is water in them, so we're doing well there, we're doing well. So before I get to the inside, I'm going to put the interior lights on and hazard lights. One of the most important things you've got to check is that little disc there, the operator's license. If there isn't one on a bus, don't take it out, but you can take it off any other bus and put it in there. It doesn't matter, as long as there's an operating license on the vehicle. Obviously, you want to check the ramp. Make sure it's sturdy. Obviously, you got to, you know, take care of them in some way, shape, or form. But as we can see, no defects for that. Wheels. Now, on the tyres, you're looking for exposed ply, cord, any chunks missing out of it, any gashes, things like that. That tyre looks okay to me. The wheel nuts, I generally look at the threads, make sure they're all exactly the same amount. If one of them looks a bit off, you know, if the threads are sticking out a little bit less on one of them, it might just want a quick wheel torque. But it generally looks okay, there's not a great deal in it. We checked for bodywork damage. Obviously we've got to make sure the legals are on the bus, as they are there. It's got to have the unladen weight also, which is 11.5 tons in pounds and pence. So again, we're checking the back wheel. So that looks pretty good to me. What I normally do when it comes to the back wheels is go to the back of the bus and have a look underneath. If you can, that way you can see if the inner tyres are actually flat or not. They look okay to me. The four ways are flashing. We've got the tail markers there on, all side markers are on, bottom repeaters. Go put your foot on the brakes for me, please. Obviously brake lights, because you want to tell people you're stopping. There is a bit of a kink in that vent now, but it's cosmetic. It's not going to cause any issue. Brakes, reverse, right indicator please. Yeah, they're good. Left, that's good too. So the coolant, don't take the top off it, you just make sure that the top is in place. There is a level there, but because the bus has done like several 100,000 miles, it's all clogged up with dirt and grime, you can't really see it. You generally know when the water level's too low, because it gets warm. Emergency stop button, I'm not going to press it because I know this bus has had some sort of defects and we are returning it to its home depot, but you are essentially supposed to check it. Emergency exit, check it, you make sure it shuts okay, make sure it's not loose. Odometer on this wheel, that's how they keep tabs of the miles. Those wheel nuts look fine to me. The tyre looks okay. There's no bash to the silver rim. Little scuff mark there, I wouldn't even note that. This, you know, it could have happened anyway. Yes, yeah, what about it? You'd be able to hear it. It's not something you're supposed to check. You're not going to open bonnet and check the oil levels and stuff. No, but yeah, we are checking for things like the AdBlue lid is on tight. You make sure your fuel filler cap is also in place. I nearly lost the back of a Megabus because mine wasn't shut properly. That's recently had a new wheel on it by the looks of it, because they've greased all the nuts up and stuff. They all look the same. On some of them they do put like markers on the wheel nuts and they meet up at a point in the middle, and what they do is if they become offset, they know it needs to be re-wheel torqued again. Check the screen wash, we know the side repeaters are working. We've checked the windscreen wipers. We're looking at the destinies, that's a big thing, the DDA. You've got to make sure your destination blinds do actually work. So the exterior of the bus is pretty much a bus. Inside, now you can go through the defect card and go through every single bit on the list, but when you've done it once or twice, you tend to know what you're looking for. I always give the bell pulls a bit of a swinging upon, just to make sure there's no movement. And these seats as well, just press them down, put them back up, check all the bells, swing on the seats a little bit, you know they're not going anywhere. Normally you can see if any of the bases are loose. That isn't going anywhere, it is a little bit wonky. All the bells work. Now you have to check the exit again on the inside, make sure the handle works. Pulse 2. Can you hear the audible sound in the cab? Yes you can. So we know that's alright. Checking the lighting. You can run a bus with up to 50% of its lighting missing. However, them lights above the stairs must be operated. If they go out, the bus is demic. No two ways about it. It's going to need a repair. Upper deck, again, just check all the bell pulls, all the seats, press the bells including that one. Seats, bell pull. All the seats seem cushy to me, they're alright. This one, the handle may be a little bit stiff, but that's due because it doesn't get used that often, or I should say at least once a day when a first used vehicle check is carried out. Now all the interior lights in up here are all okay. So as far as I'm concerned, being my judgment, and I'm about to take this vehicle out on the road, that this vehicle does have no defects. So that means we can start to make our way down the road. Obviously you may get a defect that comes up while you're on the road. It's about to shut itself down, because when you do leave them idling for a little while, they tend to shut themselves down in an effort to save fuel or whatever. 2 days ago that car. CCTV monitor, it's always pretty useful to have them. I don't think it is compulsory, however it is on the defect card, so it's worth a check. You can do a radio check, but I don't want to wake our person inside the office up, especially as it becomes a bit cranky. I always make sure that the steering wheel will adjust as well. If it's in a lock position, the thing you need to be inside the cab is comfortable. So, hazard lights off.
Can I just put a foot in there straight away?
Okay.
Doors, buttons, operating doors. Never tested.
I'm in the cab now, I've just shut the doors.
I've just shut the doors. So if you do operating,
we know they're open because they were open when we got here. And I'm about to leave, so I shut the doors, so that means we can leave. However, I don't think the bus is clean and fit for service. So, that's pretty much it. Got to just make sure your air levels go above 8 bar is about the average. AdBlue, it really won't do anything if the AdBlue runs too low. It will make the vehicle very, very slow though, because it will go into D-rate because it's not able to spray the AdBlue into the exhaust to reduce the emissions. So it stops you from revving it too hard. But that's pretty much it. I think we've covered it all there. All the CCTV cameras are intact. But there you go. That's what we do. We are supposed to check the ticket machines for other things, make sure it's not been tampered with, because it does contain, you know, details and the ability to take card payments. So you know, we've got to make sure it's not been tampered with. Looks like, you know, somebody could be doing anything untoward. But that is it. That's everything. The only thing we have to do now is press D for go, and we're away. Thanks for watching.
Oh, it's a great life on the buses. No matter what the time of day, you see the world on omnibuses. We're on our way. There's so much feeling on the buses.
It's made my day, that is. Oh, God.